They're very peaceful, and they do like to just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they also really appreciate that. Like when we just go and see them, rather than, you know, going in there and being like, hey, I'm going to take my horse and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Just go in there and just hang out. You know, put your head on the, like last night there was this one horse down there and he's got this little window. So I just went and put my head out the window just to look and see like what kind of a view does he look at all the time, and it's beautiful. So I was like, I'm just gonna hang out with this horse, and you know, and then he'd put his little head like close to my head. And they love to be close with each other. They're very friendly, they're very affectionate, and they also really like that with their humans. They love just peace and affection. This is Spirit. He's 11.
Yeah.
And he is definitely, he's my heart horse. Yeah, he's the first horse I've ever owned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, you mentioned earlier about what are his sort of, what is he really good at helping people with?
So his medicine is he's really good at helping people go through grief. Like if, you know, if we're holding a heavy heart, he just has a way of being able to really just lighten it up.
Right.
And also to take us there. Yeah, to go into like, you know, to recognize and bring awareness into the heavier parts, and then to also just release it.
And he's very peaceful.
He's very peaceful. I love him so much. I do. Yeah, he's very special.
And who's this over here?
So this is Rain. She is 26. She got a little nip by the neighbor. We had a neighbor horse.
Yeah.
And she's like the wise grandmother. That's what I call her. She's got a very strong heart, and I say, like, I call her the rose heart of horses. She's, you know, she'll give you a hug if you need a hug. And she's just very gentle and very loving. Yeah. Where are you? Yeah, and the reason we chose to bring her home, I wanted to get him a friend because we had a large piece of property we were on. And my daughter and I went to the rescue place and stood beside her, and I just started getting tears. I was like, there is something about her that's really special. And my daughter felt it too. So she's like, I'm gonna sell my bike. And she decided to sell her bike and get the horse.
Wow.
Right? And now we have you. And they just make such a great team. They're both just they're so tender. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's actually cried, like she's had tears rolling down her face with having kids around.
Yeah.
So she loves children. Yes, you do.
Now, what does it take to take care of a horse like this? Like, obviously shelter.
Yeah, so it's, you know, it's a lifestyle. To say it's a commitment is almost an understatement, right? It's showing up every day, making sure that they have water, the right footing, just like they do here, food, and all of, you know, vet bills, and there's a lot of different things to it.
Yeah.
So.
And it looks like, what do they eat?
Well, luckily our neighbor here has a great hayfield, so I just put like a big bale of hay and a 24 net in a feeder, and they graze on that. They also eat grass sometimes when I take them out, and I give her a high protein diet just so she was getting a little skinny on the grass there. And I also give them alfalfa just because they love it.
A treat.
It's a treat. And you can just see how they're like so calm after that food. They just appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And yeah, they need really good foot care, and there's a lot that goes into caring for them.
Right. Would you have it any other way?
Absolutely not. And I have thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, what am I doing? This is pushing me to my limits. And like, you know, and then on those days, miracles happen. So I'm not supposed to have it any other way. This is it. It's the way life happened.
Tell everybody about the story that just happened today with your other horse.
Oh, that. Well, so one of my gifts is being able to take a negative and turn it into a positive. I think after so many experiences, you become a master. And I've mastered that art. So today I was checking on my third horse, who is a beautiful little black mare, and just had a feeling. I was like, I gotta contact and get in touch with her. So I called and I was like, so what are your plans? Are you gonna keep her? And the answer was, well, for a couple more weeks and then she's going. So I was like, well, where is she going? Oh, the auction. So my first thought was like, oh my God, I'm gonna barf. Because, you know, like, I'm not sending my horse to the meat farm. I don't think so.
That's what the auction means.
That's what the auction is. Unless somebody gets lucky and then she'd go into a rescue center like this one did. Right? So she probably was at the auction at one point. And yeah, so, you know, first thoughts were like, how am I going to afford it? I'm bringing on a whole nother horse. And instead of going into panic and fear, I decided to go into love and solution. So yeah, I just started messaging people and putting it out there, and now she's coming home. She's gonna be our neighbor. She's my horse. She's gonna be their neighbor. And we're gonna just bring her into the tribe so she can bring her beautiful sacred medicine. Right. Yeah.
And that just...
everything worked out.
It just worked out?
Yeah.
Wow.
It did. Everything's lined up. It took like an hour.
Well, sister, you're definitely on purpose here.
Yeah.
I can see that so clearly.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't doubt it. Yeah.
I feel really grateful for it. So I do. I feel supported by the universe. My God. Thank you.
Have you ever like gone to the deep forest with the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like, do they like that, or does it freak them out, or?
Well, when I first got Spirit, I took him from here and then moved up to Squamish. And it was pretty freaky for him at first, so I didn't really ride for quite a long time. Like, I just got to know him on the ground. It can be, and then they get used to it, right? So,
right.
At first it was a little kind of freaky because there was like, you know, the loud river was kind of scary sometimes, but they get used to it. Yeah.
Do your horses like the water?
Loves the water.
Yeah.
He's a water horse.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I love taking him to the water. Yeah.
Because someone else told me once, some horses you just can't keep them out. Like if they're riding near a stream or something, they want to go in or even swim. I didn't even know horses could swim.
Oh yeah, they can.
Can you ride them? Like are they strong enough to take you across a river?
Yeah. Well, I know one of my girlfriends. Jeanette rides her horse through the rivers, and she's posting pictures all the time, just on her horse in the water. And I have taken him into a lake, and I had to go in first, and then he felt comfortable. He's like, well, if you go in, I'll go in. So I'm like swimming at the end of the rope, just kind of pulling him through, and he loved it. So yeah, they love water. I can't wait to take him swimming out here when the tide's in.
Yeah.
See if that can happen.
Now, are there a lot of trails here?
There's just one trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes down to the beach.
Oh, that's good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you let clients ride them too?
I do. Yes, it all depends on how it goes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I have some half-leasers. They come out a couple times a week and help clean and take care of the horses. And then they ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I've got another little girl who rides. I just pony her around.
Right.
Yeah, so all depends.
So the future, as we were talking earlier, for you, what would be an ideal manifestation with all of this?
For my work?
Yeah, for the horses and whatever it is you want to do with this.
Well, I really feel quite honored to be able to work with kids who are going through grief, loss, and trauma, and I love working with the moms and helping them rebalance their worlds as well. So ideal manifestation would be to have clients exactly like the clients that I'm manifesting right now, just to continue to show up and do the work. And you know, it's interesting too, because a lot of people are calling me asking me to work with their kids, their grandchildren, and they're usually going through some type of grief through loss, and you know, it's funny because that's how my horse came into my world. So I do feel like that's his medicine, is to really hold that heart space. He's just got such a good, big capability of holding people. So that's his medicine, and that's what I want to continue sharing. And also to work with women who are really ready to step into their power.
Yeah.
Really just check that out and embody it.
Embrace their femininity and
totally
goddessness.
Yeah, and they're like encouraged. You know, yes, I got this. I can do it. Hold that vision and just watch it come to reality.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's been a huge movement in that direction. There's been so much damage in the last few generations, I think. And it's yeah, it just doesn't feel good for anyone, men or women.
Right.
So it's great to see. It's great to see that kind of work, that kind of realization happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if people want to get a hold of you and check out what you do, I know you have a website. What was it called again?
It's Epona Rose, www.eponarose.com.
And is there was information there on the kinds of therapies and things that you do?
Right.
Yeah.
So I basically do life coaching with my horses.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So they reflect and they bring up exactly what needs to be looked at. Because sometimes when we think about it, our heads think, oh, this is what it is. And the horse mirrors what it really is. And so I work with them as a life coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
Well, it's a totally low tech, you know? We're so busy taking pills and and getting complicated. And I think, you know, the answers are within. We just need to find a way to access that.
Right.
Right.
So true.
In a holistic kind of way. And I think this is really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for doing this.
It's my pleasure.
It's you really seem to be in your element.
I feel it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is it for me. So
It's awesome.
thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show.